to That Wrestling Podcast.
For the last 199 Fridays, we have come into your ears. It is That Wrestling Podcast. Dad's away. I'm in charge this week.
Whoop.
And is it just me? Or does it seem that every week it's the best Raw ever?
It's not just you.
Unbelievable. Another week of Raw, 2 weeks in a row that everyone's like, this might be the best Raw of the year. All right, Joe, you agree, right? Like, you think-
I agree. I was instantly sold when Damian Priest popped up behind Dom and Liv. I was like, that was the coolest moment I've seen all year. Just he looks so menacing.
Right.
And like a main event player here to stay. So that was when I was sold that I knew we would be in for a good show. And that was only in the first 10 minutes.
I know. It was crazy. Kev, what did you think of Raw this week?
I think it was might have been one of the first Raws all year where I didn't find myself checking work email or something like that. Not saying other Raws were bad. Just this Raw, I feel like you mentioned, it's getting better and better and better, or the best Raw of the year. I think every segment hit it out of the park. Every segment.
You know, I'm really digging Odyssey Jones. You know, I sang his praises last week. And whether or not this is going to lead to the end of the New Day, I don't care as long as this guy is on my screen. And I had to laugh. Vincent Winey, his opponent, Cora Jade's boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She posted a bunch of screenshots of him being on Raw this week. So kind of cool little thing there. Joe, what else did you like about Raw this week that made it the best Raw ever?
Then we go into the first match, the American Made versus American Alpha. They gave them time.
Yeah.
Last week I said, the thing that they need to really work on is like the tag division. Well, those are two teams that are nowhere near the tag title race, but they had a great match.
They don't need to be. They don't need to be the titles.
They had a great match, fully invested. I think it's the most Tozawa's done in his entire tenure on Monday Night Raw. So the tag match, Otis was a monster, which he should have been. And you saw the turn coming on Maxine, but it still was entertaining.
Dude, Obafemi ringside, that guy's like Thanos.
Yep.
And Brian's not here, so we don't have to explain who that is. But dude, and then of course that led to a match with Otis on NXT. But god damn this guy. I don't know what his ceiling is, but he's so impressive. I love the fact that Randy Orton got the one-up on Gunther with the RKO.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then Drew comes, and then Punk comes. Do you think where it's going to be a strap match?
Drew
yes.
Punk?
Just with a little tease.
Well,
by Punk at the end. If not, I'm very I will jump off the bridge if he told me to, because I took exactly what he was dangling in front of me, the piece of cheese, and I want to see that because I feel like they would beat the shit out of
each other. So you want to see a strap match?
100%. 100%.
I don't know. Punk did that in AEW. And for me, I would book everything opposite that he did in AEW. I mean, obviously, it's a totally different Punk that was in AEW, but the strap match would be interesting. So I imagine if they do the strap match, Joe, who do you think wins?
I think it'll be CM Punk, and there'll be a rubber match at Bad Blood.
Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
I think they have to do a strap match because, I mean, it's violent, but least chance of re-injuring yourself, CM Punk, of doing wrestling moves. Because all you have to do is just start whipping each other and tell a story that way. And Jason, I'm glad you mentioned the Punk segment too. Are you happy he said it's no longer about the bracelet?
No, because it's about the bracelet and his stupid dog that has merch on WWE Shop. Come on.
It's slobbering time. You're a dog lover, though. You should.
My dog Harley would kick Larry's ass.
Well, Larry is like an underbite. But I'll say this.
What does
One
that
of my
have to do
favorite
with
things,
anything?
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but okay.
Joe mentioned at the beginning. I don't know if you guys caught it, but when Dom was saying like, she brings me tenders, lets me play video games. There's a pause. There's a guy yelling in the crowd, "You're the man, Dom."
Yeah, I heard that too.
So good. But you mentioned Hell in the Cell. I would take Punk McIntyre in Hell in the Cell. Shit. I would take Damian Priest versus Finn in Hell in the Cell. I would take Liv versus Rhea in Hell in the Cell. There's so many.
So you're saying you want an entire night of Hell in the Cell match?
I feel like there's so many, and that's
It
just
doesn't happen.
talking about Raw. There's so many fantastic main event pair ups that you could put in Hell in the Cell. I'm just saying that's just kudos to Raw on how damn good the storytelling is. And we haven't even gone into the 2 out of 3 falls of Braun versus I thought
Yeah,
Sam was
another great main event.
I thought that was fantastic. Both of them looked great. Tozawa with like when the Creeds put him up and like he did like the double DDT back, I thought was really good. This is damn good.
But the highlight for me of Monday Night Raw.
Fusion Collective. Is that what you're gonna say?
I don't even want to get
Spoiler?
into that.
Okay.
I don't even understand that team name at all. And if they explained it, someone will need to explain it to me. The death of R-Truth.
Oh my God!
Oh, I knew you'd say it. I almost sent you a message when Pat McAfee said he's a national treasure.
Oh,
Bronson Reed, dude, let him kill a few more people till Seth comes back, and then we get a big match. But obviously, I don't even know what the real deal is with Seth. Is he hurt? Is he not hurt? Does he need to, have a vasectomy and needs a few weeks off? I don't know. But he did apparently sign a 15-year deal. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh.
Seth Rollins allegedly, because I can't find any confirmation, a 15-year deal with WWE, which is great. He means he's going to retire there. And, Seth is probably an MVP for that company, one of the top guys. And, Bronson Reed, future MVP, because that guy rules. I've been saying that forever. When he got fired and he went to New Japan and he beat Okada, which doesn't really mean much today with Okada, but Bronson Reed killing R-Truth. RIP, bro. You'll be missed.
And then going to different turnbuckles to jump off. That was the best part. Like going around the ring and just.
Yeah, monster. I love that they moved R-Truth out of the way into the other corner. So he's like, okay, I'll just jump from here.
But I hope they do something with it. Like you said, let him keep destroying people because I feel like he gets some steam and then he hits a wall. Oh, let's try it again. He looks great. Let's stop.
They just run out of good things for him to do.
And it's just tricky if he needs to whoop on decent level people, just like shucks. No, Karrion Kross. He needs to whoop on people non-New Day, right?
Yeah.
Just like Bronson Reed needs to whoop on people, say not Tozawa next week. He needs to beat someone. R-Truth is a little bit different because you have that emotional pull. The fans love him. Like needs to be a top level type guy, not Odyssey Jones whooping on a jobber. We want to see that.
All right, so roulette time. Who's the next one?
Okay, let's do it. $1 bet.
Who's the next one he destroys?
$1 or 6-pack bet. You're choosing. Who will Bronson Reed beat up next week or kill next week?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn.
Okay,
I'm gonna go. I'll go Xavier Woods.
All right.
And I'll go with the dollar.
I'm gonna go with The Miz.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah.
So it'll be if I win, whoever wins gets their choice of a $1 or a 6-pack. You can leave your picks in the comments below if you're watching on YouTube. You will not win $1 or a 6-pack, but you can let us know who you think will be death by Bronson Reed on next Raw.
Who's going to be written off television for a little bit? That's more like it. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, so Raw is Raw, and of course the main event was the 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't take the belt off of Braun. Let Sammy go deal with whatever else Braun Breaker is the real deal.
Like getting destroyed by Bronson Reed next week. That's what Sammy's going to be doing.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's why I picked him.
But I hope not. Like he's a big part of the show, but I don't know. I don't know if Sami Zayn's the guy. You threw me off what I was going to say. Braun Breaker, yeah, on the Braun Breaker train. I have not bought his shirt yet. I did buy his first NXT shirt like 3 years ago, but it hasn't seen the light of day. It went straight into storage. So the one with the dog on the front, or the wolf dog shirt that is available and on sale right now on WWE Shop, have not picked that one up yet. But I did pick up this Roman Reigns shirt, and for the second time in a week, he showed up, beat up a bunch of Tongans, and didn't say a word. Roman showed up on SmackDown. What'd you guys think of Tribal Chief back on SmackDown, Kevin?
I don't think he needed to say anything, but at the end, when he slow-moed that, showed the ones, that was more than words.
Yeah.
Actions meant more than words in that situation. When he grabs the mic and actually talks, I don't know if I want it even this week. I don't know if I want it tonight. I don't. I want to see him. I don't know. I kind of want to see him go out there and whoop some butt again.
Joe, what do you think? When does he talk?
I don't. I'm not really looking forward to him talking again, because I like that actions are speaking louder than words. We know why he's back. It's on his Titantron now, OTC. It doesn't say head of the table anymore when he comes out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't say. I noticed that on SmackDown
it
on
said
Friday.
Head of the table at SummerSlam.
It said it at SummerSlam, but on SmackDown it said OTC. So he's there to take back what he never lost. So that's basic. Like, just keep beating up the new bloodline, and I'd love to see.
Oh, Joe.
Okay, keep beating up Solo's bloodline.
No, Joe, it's the bloodline.
Keep beating up the bloodline, but there's two bloodlines, because it's Roman's bloodline too.
There's not two bloodlines. It's one bloodline. They're the same family.
Okay.
It's the bloodline.
Keep beating up your cousins.
We chastised Kevin for this.
Well, he called it 2.0.
No,
I called it bloodline. I still said bloodline first.
It's the bloodline.
Okay, fine. Have him keep beating up his cousins. How about that?
What's the superior blood? Is that O positive?
A, isn't it?
No.
I thought O was the universal.
What's universal? Something's universal.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kevin.
That makes Roman's like the O of the bloodline.
The OTC.
Because he's better than everything.
All right, Kevin.
OTC, yes.
Kevin, why don't you look that up while I talk about what I think should happen with Roman Reigns? So
I got about 18 minutes.
If you're listening on Friday, SmackDown is tonight. I think Roman comes out. He opens the show. It gets the music, the drum, the slow drum intro now. The song's a little different now. He comes into the ring, and we'll just say they're in Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Grabs the mic. None of you dopes are looking. You should be watching me.
I'm watching.
Anyway,
grabs the mic.
Intercourse. Acknowledge me. And then he leaves. That's all he should do tonight at SmackDown in Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
See, I feel like if he's going to say anything, he needs to just look into the microphone and say, Solo Sikoa, acknowledge me.
Ooh, okay.
And then drop
I like that better.
If he's going to say anything, acknowledge me.
Yes, that's good.
It's kind of like what he did the Raw after Mania, where he beat Undertaker. It's my yard now. He didn't have to say anything.
Well, he got booed for 10 minutes and then just said, it's my yard now. So
yeah. So he's going to get cheered for 10 minutes and just say, Solo, acknowledge me. So it's an opposite.
Yeah.
Or Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
Yes. So also on SmackDown, Cody gifted Kevin Owens a title shot. Kevin didn't want it. And then Pierce made it official because Kevin threw a fit when he said Roman was going to get the title. Is it just me, or is Cody
not Pierce Aldis?
Is Cody not being a champion the right way? He's just giving people title shots. He's not really I don't think he's being a champion the right way. Kev, you got something?
I like Cody as the champion.
I was thinking
I
update,
love
but
Cody
whatever.
as the champion. I want to eat my words one day of saying I enjoyed the chase more than the championship reign. I think we can all probably agree to that. I think he's doing a fine job. He's doing everything, meeting people, greeting people, doing the handshakes, looking like the $1,000,000, everything. I want more for some reason. I don't know. I've always enjoyed the chase with the good guys, or I've always enjoyed the bad, the heel champions. Nothing wrong. I just giving it away.
I mean, look, his
Yeah.
first title defense was against AJ Styles out of respect.
Yeah.
And then he just gives it to Solo, who didn't really earn anything. And now he's giving it to Kevin Owens. Joe, what do you think is going to happen in the next two SmackDowns, tonight and next Friday? Or no, wait, three. We have three SmackDowns until Bash in Berlin. How do you think this story
Great.
goes with KO and Cody? And then what do you think happens at the match itself?
I think there's going to be a matter of, if it was me booking it, Kevin Owens is feeling like he's feeling like he's a charity case,
Mm.
and he's not the prize fighter, which Cody keeps trying to get him to be. So I think it's like going to be a slow build until the Friday before Bash in Berlin, where he just becomes the prize fighter, KO, and just attacks Cody and ends the show with like a 10-minute beatdown on Cody to go into the next night for Bash in Berlin. This is more of a, I love what Cody said to Aldis when he said, like, oh, Roman's here and we're going to do that. And that's when Kevin Owens accepted it. Like I said last week, you have to pay it. It's not must see TV, it's must pay attention TV. Right after Kevin Owens left and before they did the camera cut, Cody went, told you it'd work. It was all a setup. It was like a little whisper. I told you it
Okay,
worked.
okay.
Like,
I missed it.
that's why it's like you have to pay attention to everything on all three shows now, because that little line was just like, okay, so it's, I think Cody's trying to make good for everyone who got screwed over by the bloodline at one point.
All right.
And Kevin Owens was like number one who got screwed over
Mega
the
screwed.
most. I think he got 3 or 4 title matches that had Uso interference against Roman in that 3-year reign. So it's like, he definitely deserves a shot.
I think Kevin Owens needs to be the Kevin Owens that debuted on NXT.
He's going to turn on Sammy?
He's going to turn. We need that Kevin Owens. We need the turn your back on your friend, stab your friend in the back. You made me do this, Cody. You're the reason I'm doing this. And then, of course, Cody will retain. But I think we get the heel turn. A lot of beatdowns over the next 3 weeks on SmackDown. I just don't want I don't know. Someone will we'll say the Tongans surround Cody again. KO makes the save. A tag match, Cody and KO versus the Samoans. They win the tag belts, and then I don't want that. They always it's so formulaic. I don't want to see that, nor do I want to see a 6-man Roman, Cody, KO against the Bloodline. I don't want that either. So I just want ass kicker Kevin Owens back.
So okay, let me ask you this. So both of you guys mentioned KO heel turn. Is it a one-time only heel turn on Cody, then going back face, or heel turn, stay heel?
Stay heel.
I
to be refreshed.
That more.
How many
than
heels are on
KO.
SmackDown? How many main event heels are on SmackDown?
The Bloodline.
Right.
Logan Paul.
Not on weekly. Same with AJ Styles, not on weekly.
Let me pull up.
I feel like because of the Bloodline storyline, and that's where Roman was at. SmackDown has been face heavy for too long. We need more heels.
Oh, yeah.
Is Andrade on SmackDown?
Yeah, but I think Andrade's a face. It's Carmelo's a heel.
Theory and Waller.
They're a joke, not main eventers.
No, not main eventers, but they're heels.
Oh,
That's
main
right.
eventer heels.
Like people who can challenge Cody, like legit, like Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, no. Legado del Fantasma, no.
Well, after Randy, okay. So then KO turns heel. Randy loses to Gunther. Randy goes back to SmackDown,
Yeah.
and then he'll turn heel on Cody probably.
There you
Or
go.
Like
or
that.
if Randy won, then that means Gunther goes to SmackDown because he did say that on Raw.
Yeah.
But I think there is a new heel on the horizon. Did you guys see the Giovanni Vinci?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, back to like NXT style.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I like it.
not in the main event scene.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not
He
yet.
could get there. He could get there by the end of the year. You know, if it's just a matter of getting people to feed to Cody until the Rumble, he would definitely be one. And I'm annoyed because the website used to list by Raw or SmackDown, and now it's just superstars. So, yeah, Jimmy Uso. Yeah, I think he's a SmackDown guy too. So
hasn't been seen since the day after Mania.
yeah. So
And he's part of the Bloodline storyline. So,
no, because he got kicked out.
Right, but he's still part of the storyline.
He's still got that blood. Maybe that O positive. Maybe he's universal. Who knows?
Did you find out which blood ranks higher in the blood?
It's O positive.
O positive.
You have do you have the rankings for blood levels and letters?
I don't.
You know, it's funny. You're not here. We talk video games. Brian's not here. We're talking blood rankings. Can you find that for us?
There's a lot.
So at College Football 25 update, I started the whatever the Road to Glory. You're a player. Yeah. My first year at Pitt, I was the starting quarterback. My starting quarterback is 6'7". I won every game, won the Heisman, won 3 bowl games, including the national championship.
Right.
I'm in my second season. I am the front runner for the Heisman, and I'm 6-1. The team that I lost to, an unranked Louisville Cardinals. I could not believe I lost to them. So
throw up those L's.
Yeah, but I just beat Florida State, and I went from 2 to 9. Now I'm the 5th ranked team in the country, and I am number 2 in the Heisman rankings to my running back on Pitt. So passing all the way now. Just make sure I get that Heisman. Joe, have you put any time into college football?
Yes, I'm on Road to Glory. My quarterback is 6'5", 225, so like my actual size. Okay. And I ended up, I was very annoyed. Michigan State recruited me to be a backup.
Oh.
But Michigan recruited me to be their starter. So I'm like, screw it, I'm going to Michigan. So I'm a Wolverine.
Well, it's your favorite school anyway.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
But
they did say if you don't go to your team, you could always get in the transfer portal next year. So I may switch teams, but I'm in my first season, and this week is the game. It's number 5 Michigan versus number 1 Ohio State.
Oh, okay. Kev, did you get
Buckeyes?
Football?
I lost to Oregon.
I didn't buy it yet.
No. If Brian
buys it, I'll buy it.
Yeah, because we have to start that gaming championship. I've got it all mapped out how we do it.
I'm terrible at those games.
So am I.
Sorry, Kevin. Sorry, Kevin. I gave the strategy after watching you and Brian play. Kevin passes, Brian runs.
Like, it's real easy. It's much better than fantasy football because we're actually playing. Everybody puts in $25. We play a 9-game season. We each play each other 3 times.
I go back to work in 2 weeks.
And then 1 versus 4 in the playoff, 2 versus 3, and then the champion.
So if we get it, you guys just can't play for about 3 months. So me and Brian can get caught up on the level of skill.
Well, dude, I'm on freshman skill because I can't the varsity skill is really fucking hard.
Well, that's what I'm on.
I'm trying to learn how to play it. I'm not very good at this shit at all, and I'm putting that out there. But yeah, for that gaming championships, we'll figure that all out. Yeah, it'll be good.
I'm starting at varsity to move up after the next season, so I won't do freshman.
Yeah, I have to. I just got to figure it all out. And like the Road to Glory mode, is so much different than just the play now mode.
Yeah, because
Like,
you got to study. You got to keep your grades up.
well, that's easy shit. You just simulate practice and then just get your studies up to prepare.
4.0.
Yeah, I'm a 3.8 right now.
All
Yeah.
right,
So,
Kevin, if this happens though, which one of us are the Spartans?
oh, I've got a rule. I've got a rule.
Because you can't be a ranked team. We know that.
No, 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 no. For our season, every game you're a different team, and you can't be that team twice.
Oh, so it's like survival.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Brian's never getting it, so we're not.
Yeah,
we're
so
not-
what are we doing?
Calling him out because
Oh,
he's
it's
not
okay.
here.
I'm just spitting the facts.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll see.
So moving on to NXT.
NXT.
Well, NXT was good this week.
Yeah.
New tag champs, Chase U, Obafemi, my guy, Thanos, defeated Otis.
Yeah.
And how do you guys feel that Joe Hendry's going after the NXT title? I don't love it, but I think when there's buzz, you gotta go after the buzz. Kev, what do you think?
I agree. I will say with Obafemi, I want to give him a shout out because I feel like his mic skills and his promo skills have improved
Yeah.
week after week from the first time he was on. I liked it when what was his name? Shit, who just lost the Heritage Cup?
Tony D?
Tony D. He was going back walking, and then Oba walked right in front of him and like just talked for like 30 seconds, like a damn good walking and talking. I thought that was some of the best stuff he's done. I will say this. Either Joe Hendry looks great in the ring, gets his ass kicked in the ring, plays a little guitar in the ring. He's got people singing his song, buzzworthy. Peacock has a channel or a big streamlined right row of and he's a TNA guy and he's on WWE Network. He's hot. That's the biggest thing. If he wins, hey, maybe.
I hope
Wouldn't
not.
put it
I don't think so.
past NXT if they want to put Mr. Ego maybe rocket to the main roster. SmackDown, look at there, right heel for Cody. We'll see. I don't think he would, but I say hit it while it's hot. It's kind of a cycle through top contenders to go against Ethan Page. So why not put one of the hottest guys on the I'll even say on the roster because he's training there nonstop.
Pretty much.
Well, I think that if they were going to do a TNA guy to defeat Ethan Page, it should be Josh Alexander. They were a team. They were called the North in TNA a long time ago, and they were champs. They were dominant. But apparently, as we're recording, TNA is on, and Josh Alexander is fighting Nick Nemeth, the former Dolph Ziggler, for the TNA title tonight. So I don't look. I get why Joe Hendry is so popular, but it's just not for me. Joe, what do you think about Hendry going for the NXT title when he's a TNA guy?
No, he's not going to win it, but it's like you said, and like Kevin said, strike while the iron's hot. But I think it's now turning against him. It seems like there's a lot of too much too soon with this guy with fans. I don't know. I don't. How long is this TNA relationship going to last? Is it through the summer? Is this going to happen? Continue when they get to the CW in October, or is this like going to fizzle out before October and you get a little bit of buzz on USA before you move to a network? Even though it's CW, it's still a network, so you get more eyes on the product. It's doing wonders for everyone involved, but Joe Hendry wasn't my highlight of NXT. It was Wes Lee's promo.
Yeah.
Good luck on your future endeavors line. Oh my God, bravo. I didn't think he had it in him to be a heel, but
This is the most I've ever been interested in Wesley.
Me too.
The turn and now the promo, like
he was generic acrobatic wrestler tag team guy.
Create a
wrestler. Create a wrestler. Yeah, that's what he was.
Now there's some edge and some
real. I love when promos give realism to it. And
Right.
nothing like, dirt sheet people would know. Like, this is something that everyone knew if you're watching this show. It's not something you had to look out for. They were partners. One got fired, one's back. If you follow the show, you know the story. You don't have to be online to know that storyline. So good luck on the future endeavors was like, bravo, Wesley. I'm looking forward to see where he's going with this. And he's an NXT guy. So let's focus on who's on the roster now. And Joe Hendry, hey, you know what? Enjoy the run. We'll see you in NXT once your contract's up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that it makes sense. It was a good run, a couple week run for those guys to be on NXT again. It'll do wonders for them going back to TNA. So AEW, did you guys get a chance to check out MJF or I'm sorry, MAGA JF, his Wrestletalk interview?
No.
So I seen when I Facebook scroll
Yeah.
at night, I think emphasis on I think I saw part of it. So I saw it was like where he was talking. He was like, "You guys paint the picture. I'm going to ad lib it here." It's like you figure it out yourself. Me walking in, intimidating a woman who's 120 pounds, apparently punching walls, blah blah blah. Is that from that interview? Okay. I every word that I was hearing him, I'm like, I believe this motherfucker. Every word. And then I'm just like, man, it's hook, line, sinker because he's very compelling, right? And it seems like, he's in character, but he seems like he's spitting the truth here. I need to go back and actually watch the entire interview.
It's a lot of like, I found it entertaining because he's MJF with these guys.
Yeah.
He trashes England and their bland food. My favorite line is when he described Darby Allin as a school shooting meme.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I think he's the only one on earth who can get away with that.
He's the only one on earth who can get away with a lot of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, MAGA JF is maybe my favorite MJF personality.
Oh, my.
On Dynamite, they announced Darby Allin and Jack Perry is going to be a coffin match at All In. It's about a week out. Are either of you planning to buy All In?
I will not, but I will say they were promo heavy on AEW. Like Darby's, like it seemed like it was like a 5-minute video montage talking about it, and about how he was like, AEW's created. Jungle Boy Jack Perry's there. Who the hell is Jungle Boy Jack Perry? It made me feel for him. It made me feel
I wish that that video package
should have been next week, my opinion.
No, the video package should not have been a video package. He should have been in the ring doing that promo, and then Jack Perry comes up because I didn't like they ran the video package and then Darby comes out.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I thought that promo should have been done in the ring. Joe, did you get a chance to see it?
No, I'm still on a second week of not watching Dynamite. Taking a little break
Kevin,
from AEW.
I would tell you this, Joe. I feel that was a good 5-minute video package. Right before that, it seemed like MJF versus Will Ospreay, 5-minute video package.
Wow.
Right after both those, Mariah May and Mariah May video package, which was fantastic. Great. I mean, with those three, I feel like all three of them were 15 minutes of video packages within like 30 minutes. Like watch I
thought you were frozen for a second.
No, it was a match at the beginning, and then it's just like video package. I'm like, is this a Dynamite or is this like a best of like?
Or is it the show that's like on after Rampage before the pay-per-view?
That was some of the best stuff of the entire night. Those video packages, though, and it's like already I'm like, man, Jay's buddy. Can I say his name? Jay's buddy who makes video packages.
No.
I'm like, these are pretty damn good. I feel like AEW was doing pretty good last night, and just the editing and the music and the feels and the motions you got from it. Some of the best stuff. Ring stuff, okay, but the video packages were the best.
It was teased but not delivered. Huge announcement. Now this a huge announcement is allegedly next week, which makes sense because they'll be in Wales for Dynamite. We get Okada and Claudio, which will be a great match, bitch. And I think that that is when they will announce their rumored show. Now, All in London was only supposed to be a 2-year deal. This is year 2. A lot of people are saying that it's going to be Dallas next year,
Right.
and at Globe Life Stadium, which is where the Texas Rangers play. Because of the residency that they've been doing with Collision for the last 6 weeks, they've been doing it at their esports arena there in Dallas, Arlington. Mm-hmm. So with Dallas being rumored for All In next year, does that constitute a huge announcement?
Yeah.
You did? Okay, Joe? No?
I do.
No, you don't want to announce where All In's gonna like make a big deal about you're leaving England while you're there for All In. I don't think that constitutes. I think the big announcement's going to be they re-signed a deal.
Broadcast deal.
Okay. Broadcast. I think it's going to be a broadcast deal. I don't think you're going to be like, hey, thanks for coming out here. We're leaving. We're not going to be here next year. It kind of like deflates the weekend.
They won't go and do like 2 weeks of TV there. They're just not doing a big event.
I feel like it constitutes a big announcement because it's kind of like Mania is going to be here a year in advance. Like they could get into the rhythm of here's a big show, get excited. And then next year, say 2025, this time-ish, hey, All In is going to be
Intercourse
Australia,
PA.
Or I saw a rumor there.
Intercourse PA.
Intercourse PA.
All In will be an Intercourse PA in 2026.
All Intercourse.
All Intercourse. There you go.
Yeah.
The shirts write themselves.
The shirts. Now, here's the question. I thought this is what you're going to go. If they are in Texas, Arlington, next year, and it's only one night, does that replace our SummerSlam trip?
Ooh.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll be going, and I'll be getting free airfare, free hotel in the works.
Their pay-per-views are long.
Because my company, I'm over a plant in Arlington, Texas.
Nice. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea, Joe.
I come up with them sometimes.
Because that'll be August. Yeah,
it's usually the weekend. It's
usually Memorial Day weekend. Or
Labor Day weekend. I start on Tuesday. So it's like, it'd be Sunday would be the event, fly home, and it's like, hey, I got to work the next day, like every normal person would have to.
Yeah, I think that would be great because they do Double or Nothing Memorial Day weekend, and then they do All In Labor Day weekend, and then All Out's like 2 weeks after that. But that's a great idea, Joe. I'm glad you came up with that. We're doing Arlington, Texas next year instead of SummerSlam
if they announce it.
Yeah, and then so I've told you guys, and I might have even said it on this show once. I'm kind of getting into soccer now. Tony Khan owns a team in the Premier League, Fulham FC, and their women's team has a new jersey sponsor, and I think it's cool. AEW will be on the jersey of the Fulham's women's soccer club. Look, I think this is
it's called Synergy.
It's
Synergy.
Exactly. I don't know. I think that this will be a huge merchandise seller for the AEW hardcores. A lot of people are kind of pissy about pro wrestling tees right now and shop AEW at the live events. I don't know if you've been seeing this. Like at their live events, they don't have a lot of localization and local merch, like AEW Dallas, that type of shit. So I think this is a good step in the right direction to get, sell some jerseys, get that AEW logo out there. In England, soccer's huge in England. So maybe, this will all, corporate synergy play together next week because they're in England all week next week. So I think it's cool. Thoughts? Anything, Kevin? You don't look like you give a shit.
I'm looking at
it's a slow week this week. I was stretching.
No. I love this. The news story is great.
We talked about college football for 5 minutes.
I'm critiquing the huge front logo versus like a nice little patch. It's like football jerseys are like plain. Like this looks like it looks like a glorified like you mentioned.
It's football.
It looks like merch versus you going and buying a Amon St. Brown jersey, right? It's without the Lions logo or you know what I mean, like that. It looks like you are AEW football club more than a patch of a sponsor. But I think it's great.
Yeah.
If it sells. I'm hoping it sells. It'd be great.
So
whatever, eyes on the prize. It's like it's corporate synergy. It's like I wouldn't be surprised if we have an AEW logo on a Jaguars jersey one time this year.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, that's for the expansion when Tony Khan
when Jacksonville always goes to England every year.
It's going to be the all elite wrestlers. Starting quarterback Jeff Jarrett. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. He's the honorary captain of the Fulham? Fulham football club.
Yeah. Oh man. So it was a slow week this week, and I'm sure there's some shit I missed, but I don't do this normally. Like I said, Dad's not here this week. So, like, you know, I did what I could. And next week is our 200th episode. Like,
it's pretty awesome.
Joe, I thought you would be gone by episode 60. Really?
60?
I really thought you would be gone.
Are those the same sunglasses since episode 1?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I think these are my these are my NWO sunglasses.
Have we all gotten more gray in our hair in the last 3.5 years?
I'm
not going gray.
Yeah, I had long hair when this podcast started, and then I shaved it, and now that I'm starting to let it grow back a little bit, I've got a lot of gray on the sides and tops. I think I might go back to bald soon.
I think you had like long blonde hair.
I had blonde streaks and
yes,
and I would love to go back to that, but at my age, I mean, my wife already says I look older. I look old with hair on my head. I can't imagine how ridiculous I would be with blonde streaks. And no,
you'd be like Seth Rollins.
Do that, which is why I'm wearing this hat this week. That I did not do that. Like I'm gray in here. You can, if you're watching on YouTube, I got this like streak. Like if it went straight down, I'd be cool. But it goes this way, and like that shit bothers me. A little bit of gray here.
It's like Kevin Owens' beard.
Yeah. KO. So
yeah, Jason, you and I both changed states during this show.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you've changed coasts.
Yeah. This East Coast humidity, I'm not a fan of.
I changed recording rooms.
You did. So, but this is all stuff that we'll do next week because I don't think next week will be a real wrestling heavy. I really would like it just to be like a stroll down memory lane. So if you're watching this or you are listening to this, shoot us an email or a DM, thatwrestlepod@gmail.com, thatwrestlepod on socials. Favorite stuff. You know, we've acquired some secondary characters over the last, 200 Fridays of us coming in your ear. You know, Simon, Barbara Ryan, Matt Young, DC Hendricks, Doc, CJ that was on a couple weeks ago, Greg, Joe's wife, who I'm her favorite on the show.
Sadly, you're right.
My buddy Scott.
Yes, Scott. Who is the musician?
Scott.
Oh, Scott. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so 200 episodes next week. Should we make it a formal event?
Like suit and tie?
No, that's Twippy's only.
Twippy's only? Okay.
Twippy's only.
Gotcha.
I don't like wearing a tie.
All right, well.
And we had Victor, too, so he was on.
Oh, once. Yeah, Victor. Yeah. All right, well, that's enough for this week because there wasn't much to talk about. And if there was, I'm sure someone will put it in the comments, blah, blah, blah. And we are almost to 4,200 subscribers on YouTube. That's crazy. That's just crazy. So thank you for subscribing and watching. This has been That Wrestling Podcast. And as I said at the beginning, thanks for letting us come in your ears.
Thanks for watching That Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And for more That Wrestling Podcast content, follow @ThatWrestlePod on social media.